So we did a video about the Prison Planet arc from Universe Mission, and I think we can just finish it off with the Universal Conflict arc from that same story arc or saga. The manga has been finished for quite a while. The Big Bang mission also finished, both anime and manga, so might as well move on to the next big thing before, you know, while the topic is, it's not hot anymore, nobody really cares, but I think it's just interesting to talk about Super Dragon Ball Heroes adaptations, not the games, because nobody gives a fuck about the games, because nobody of us can play the games, and video game stories are told in the most boring way possible. That's why we have a manga and anime adaptation. Last time we discussed why the manga of Heroes was so much better than the anime in regards to the Prison Planet arc. Now let's see if the same applies to the Universe Conflict arc. Let's start with the story. Overall it's simple, like again, how would it be any different? After Kamba was defeated, everyone escaped from the prison planet. Thanks to Oolong in the manga, and thanks to Xenogoku in the anime, certain prisoners were released from the prison too. We have merged Mecha, Samus, Rex or Legs, Kamin, Orin, and their leader Hearts. They saved Kamba, and their goal is to complete something called the Universe Seed. One of the functions we learn in this arc is that the Universe Seed has the means to defeat the biggest Dragon Ball Super fanboy, Xeno. That alone made Hearts a much better antagonist than anyone in Dragon Ball Super. Before I mention which handled it better, Hearts is like a reverse Samus. He hates gods instead, but unlike Samus, he isn't a crybaby, is reasonable, has a redemption arc, and charisma. Some people like him just because he has the same voice actor as a character from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure or something. So to power up the Universe Seeds, they have to fight various people in various universes to feed the seed, giving us fan favorite cameos like Jiren. I guess Hit is a fan favorite, sorry, but I think all these characters are trash, like female Broly and Caulifla. Fuck Caulifla. I'm glad they just appeared for a very short time. This time there are more differences between anime and manga, so only the final fight is particularly similar. I will go character by character instead of the highlights this time. Generally I feel Hearts is handled best in the manga. His power isn't infodumped to us but told with visual storytelling. Love that in the manga, and it's surprising that it was done in a promotional material, which should be garbage like the anime. Something even today's media and manga are struggling, which aren't promotional. So it's quite surprising. He can read others' objectives and goals, which makes it far more reasonable for him to team up with Samus, since he can figure out whenever that oversensitive god wants to betray him or not. Heart's ability is also used against him in the manga, especially when he had his glory moment and then hurt the opinions of the mortals on Earth, making some believable decisions. As for his defeat in both, he explained why he went all the way to stop Xeno, since He is way too dangerous and restricts everyone's individuality and freedom. However, he realized he can't enforce his goal to others and accepts people willing to let the world the same. Such a waste of a character to remain in the arcades. Next we talk about Lex. Lex has the ability to manipulate glass. In the anime she can fire glass shots at her opponents and then throws them back, so it goes through you and then it goes back from behind, which is kinda interesting power, but it's still glass, so take it as you will. Sadly, she only had a short moment against Goku and Trunks, defeating them with ease, but later got defeated by Metal Cooler off screen in the robot universe. In the manga, she saved Oren by turning Vegeta's arm into glass. Glass manipulation also helped her to keep up with opponents like Dispo, and I loved how she never lost her composure when facing Merge Samus when he was about to betray them, and she made quick work of him and Future Trunks. Sadly, she was defeated by Piccolo and Android 17. The fight was impressive, but we saw more about her feelings too, about Hearts. In the anime, she acted very respectful towards Hearts and showed concern. Dragon Ball isn't very good at making henchmen characters and gives them individuality besides being blind followers. You have some exceptions, but usually that's not the case. Usually they are ruled either by fear or just are mindless followers. Sadly, Rex appeared not long enough to leave a lasting impression, and she feels rather wasted. Kamen and Orin are Stufurus from Universe 6, meaning Neo Machine mutants like Baby from Dragon Ball GT, so they have the same power. They steal the bodies of female Broly and Caulifla. The character is pretty much the same, just that Kamen is female and Orin is male. The only difference in the manga and anime is who fought really. They didn't shine as much in the manga, however. Oren was the only one who would possess Vegeta and go to the second stage of Neo Machine Mutant evolution. That challenged Goku in the manga and Jiren in the anime, and it lasted for a very short time. When they merged, they needed the power of Jiren and Ultra Instinct Goku respectively to put them down. I really don't like the powered up version, it really looked dumb. The anime gave both of the forms a longer battle. It's promotional series, so it couldn't be explored more. Would be nice to know. I liked the interactions between the two in the anime. When they fought Hit, Kamen was willing to share her prey and switch to less impressive opponents instead. What a caring sister, you could say. While in the manga, Kamen appeared with legs to save Oren, and then she threw the info about the robot universe to Hearts in a really casual manner. And I really liked that, because it shows how the group stands. Despite Hearts being the leader, everyone is pretty cool with each other, usually except for Samus, who is really demanding respect because he's a god. Kamba got the short end of the stick this time, and he got heavily nerfed. He beat up Top with ease in the anime and had to go Super Saiyan full power 3 against Jiren, despite being above Super Saiyan Blue, Kaioken Vegito, and even Ultra Instinct, only to be defeated in his regular state. So that fight was quickly interrupted by Hats, who sent him to the robot world. In the manga he knocked out Top and Dispo with ease, but he went Super Saiyan 3 to do so, considering that Super Saiyan alone was too much for Vegito. And more questionable was when Goku appeared and fought him about evenly in Super Saiyan Blue for a while, but regular Ultra Instinct was enough to knock him out. Transformed Kamba at its full power state was able to force God of Destruction Top with enough power that they could destroy the planet by accident. However, they were knocked out by Kami Orin as a consequence of his attack, and then Kamba was kidnapped by Few. That leads us to the long-awaited fight between Kamba and Cooler. Cooler got a mechanized body now, like Metal Cooler. He became pretty much Metal Cooler, aka Meta Cooler for you US plebs. The manga version was rushed this time. Kamba was already weakened, and Cooler went immediately golden and pretty much one-shotted Kamba. In the anime, there was an actual fight. It might be the best fight in Dragon Ball Heroes so far, and it puts pretty much all the Dragon Ball Super fights in the dust. I can't think of any Dragon Ball Super fight that is better than Kamba vs Metal Cooler. Cooler showed off more of his regular form before flexing with his final form. Ultimately Kamba lost the fight, not even going full power. Or rather, at full power, it's not clear to be exact. He was Super Saiyan 3, that's all that matters. The final member of the evil troop is Mecha Merged Zamas. So there isn't much to say. In the anime he exchanged blows with Jiren and seemed a lot weaker than he should be. He protected Hearts before he can use the University, but got betrayed by his conspirator. In the manga version it was a bit better. Zamas did many things that went against Heart's goal, like killing Hit, but he apologized. I love the interactions between the two. Zamas may be an awful character, but seeing him interact with Hearts is and act like it's not a big deal is lovely. There are moments I feel Hearts really roasts him, saying you aren't really a god exactly, justifying his reason to team up with him. Also, Zamas vs Hit was really entertaining. It honestly shows any fight with Hit in Super is blown out the water. Probably because the fights were shit, since this fight isn't really that impressive, but it's still okay or good. Both fighters seemed about evenly matched and fought competently. This time, however, Zamas wanted to betray Hearts after finding out the universe seed is complete, but that didn't go well, as I explained earlier. Hit, as I said, was handled much better in the manga. He fought evenly with Zamas, showcased Heart's power well. Later he redeemed himself against in a rematch against Hearts. In the anime he got humiliated by the Stufuru twins, like he looked weaker than Super Saiyan Vegeta. At least he took part in the final beam struggle, unlike in the manga. Jiren in both was shown as an immovable force. Kamba and he were evenly matched in the anime. In the manga he one-shotted a powered-up Kamiorin. Also he aided against Hearts. Top in the anime made just a cameo, being defeated. In the manga he fought Kamba and managed to do something. Also Dispo helped, who didn't appear in the anime at all. Cauliflower and female Broly had just one scene where they were badass, which cringed the hell out of me in the anime. I'm glad they didn't shine individually in the manga. They fused and had just one page of worth of action against the twins. To me, the less we see of them, the better. Cooler decided to team up with Few and modified his body, becoming full underling, taking full underling status. He was really impressive as he was capable of taking out Kamba with little efforts in both adaptations. So far, the anime's fight was better. Piccolo and Android 17 were both illogically powerful. With the manga, I think we can tolerate it a little, as its legs was distracted and her power wasn't really that clear. In the anime, they had no problem defeating Kame Oren, who separately put a challenge to hit, and as a duo overpowered the female saints. Not to mention Kame Oren in the anime was strong enough to force Vegeta to go Blue Evolution to beat them. Vegeta had some shine and some embarrassing moments. In the manga, just arriving, he was possessed by Oren and got defeated by Ultra Instinct Goku. Prior to that, he did shine, beating up the twins in Super Saiyan, and even when they took the bodies of the female Saiyans, he scared the shit out of them with a final flash. In the manga, he and Trunks knocked out the stupefized female Saiyans. Vegeta fought a little against Hearts, unable to touch him, just for Oren to take over his body. I liked how Vegeta managed to free himself, to Oren's surprise, and unlike in the manga, Goku wasn't able to stop him. In the animes, he defeated Kame Oren. In both versions, they were unable to put work against Hearts. Goku was at Grand Priest placed, appearing in Omen Ultra Instinct, giving the impression he was able to use that at will. Knocked out Kamba in the manga, defeated Super Oren in the anime. Goku soloed Kami Oren too. We saw him fight Hearts by himself in the anime, and along everyone in the manga. Later, manga handled it much better, with everyone at screen, while when in the anime everyone teamed up, they just fired key blasts or something. And only time everyone really joined was when Hearts powered up into its final form in the anime, while they fought him as they arrived in the manga. Lastly, Gogeta, I think in terms of dialogues both did justice to him. In terms of action, the manga is better again, with the mortal teamwork part. I think that's pretty much it. Again, the anime gave priority into things that really matter. They are far more balanced in terms of previous arcs. The manga was on average better, but the anime did get better scenes executed, like Kamba vs. Cooler and showcasing Kame Oren's universe seed power. The manga stands out simply because how the characters were portrayed, has better use of the large cast and fighting together, and the transitions. I remember the manga version used to be rushed, but reading a translated version and from the start again, I liked it a little more than anticipated. I struggle to decide if I like this arc more than the Present Planet arc. This arc had better characters, but the Prison Planet arc had more hype battles and the Trunks and cooler interactions. Oh, I forgot Trunks was involved. He was basically filler character screaming Zamasu all the time in both adaptations. As a anime, in anime terms, I think the Hearts arc was just better. But at least so far, we can say that the second portion of Universe Mission was better than the first, or can be. I think in the manga it's the first, in the anime it's the latter. Well, in the anime it's easy that the latter is better, or the first is better. Well, the Hearts arc is better because Hearts is such a great character so far. That yeah, we have to see how Big Bang Mission goes. I'm really looking forward to talk about Big Bang Mission because it's a massive improvement compared to the other arcs so far, I think. What are your thoughts about Dragon Ball Heroes, this arc of Dragon Ball Heroes?